Genshin music might be some of the best video game music that I've personally ever heard in my whole life, and to be honest, one of the biggest reasons for that is because each individual region in this game has so many diverse musical tracks. It transports you into a whole different world every single time. Let's go on a little journey together through the history of Genshin Impact and just gush over the music a little bit. See which region in your opinion has the best music and why. I vividly remember when I first started the game, just entering, landing on the beach, and hearing the music for the first time. The kind of serene, subtle music was really intriguing, but it didn't really hit too much until we walk over and meet Dvalin for the first time, when I was like, oh damn, okay, wait a minute. This stuff kind of hitting hard. I remember walking into Mondstadt for the first time and hearing the OST, and it just being this magical experience where every single time I hear the OST, I remember Mondstadt. I remember entering, and it brings me that insanely cool sense of nostalgia. And it's the first time where I've played a video game and I've really felt the impact of music affecting the scenes that much. I've played so many games before with incredible music such as Kingdom Hearts, Skyrim, so many others, but all of those games OSTs kind of follow the same pattern, whereas Genshin Impacts don't. They kind of hit you out of left field with random stuff here and there, and I love that. The overworld exploration in Mondstadt is out of this world, no pun intended, but Mondstadt encompasses more than just the city. The first time you go to Dvalin's Nest, you hear this upbeat, kind of high tempo, oh god, you're on the way to fight something big music. And that's the kind of thing that I love, when you can tell what's gonna happen based on what music's playing. It's really fun, and it adds a lot of intrigue and makes you pay attention to the music more often. So the fact that this was all happening in the first region of the game really set home for me, made me really excited for the rest of the game. And then we get onto a place which, I'll be honest, might have some of my favorite OSTs in the entire game, and that's Dragonspine. This is still classed as Mondstadt in my opinion, however, Dragonspine music is next level good, dude. Dragonspine as a place is pretty hit or miss depending on who you are, what you enjoy, and if you have Barbara in your main team, good luck. But the music in this place is just, oh my god, dude. I go back and listen to Dragonspine music on a daily basis almost. It's in my main playlist on Spotify. It's just so good. You've got some really serene sounding music, like the flourishing past that plays when you enter in Dragonspine just wandering around. And to be honest, it kind of makes it seem like Dragonspine's gonna be this light-hearted, fun place. And then the Desolate Hallways OST, I vividly remember hearing it for the first time and thinking, oh, this sounds a little bit, scary. And then from events like the Albedo events with the Cryo Registine and everything like that, dude, the OSTs there are phenomenal. They are event OSTs, so I'm a little bit less inclined to kind of include them in the main thing, but I'm gonna anyway because this is gonna encompass everything. And one of the biggest selling points for me personally is the character OSTs. Mondstadt has its own little leitmotif that you'll hear in multiple different character themes. Kind of goes something like this. Each region has this for each character demo and trailer, and it's one of those where if you hear it, you know the characters from that region. And again, identity, the musical identity of each one of these regions is phenomenal and perfect in my opinion. God, dude, I remember entering Liyue for the first time. It was live on stream with a few hundred people there, and everyone was like, go at nighttime, go at nighttime. So I went to Liyue at nighttime. I saw all the lanterns in the sky, all the cool colored lights, dude. That was an experience. That's one of my most memorable Genshin Impact experiences since day one, to be honest. It was beautiful. But Liyue really does just feel like a place where you can go, vibe to the music, and not have to worry about too much. It's a beautiful region with very... oh god, I can't even think of the right word, dude. Also, hopefully y'all don't mind when I go off on these like little tangents and stuff and lose my train of thought, because that's kind of why I like doing these videos at this point. I like to just stand here, talk to you guys about what I'm passionate about, and hopefully you guys enjoy it too. Subscribe if you do. But yeah, dude, Liyue music is on another level. Liyue is inspired by China, and you can hear that even in the music. The character OSTs are phenomenal, has some of the best character OSTs in the whole game, community favorites such as the Zhongli theme. And this OST is just absolutely fire. And there's a lot of characters in this region that are very inspired by music, I would say, like Xinyan, Junjin, and a lot of events that take place around music. So music's a big point in Liyue. Personally, for me, I think Liyue would be a little bit lower than Mondstadt on the list left, but that is completely and utterly based on nostalgia purposes only. And I'm happy to admit that. I guess technically the We Will Be Reunited quest is part of Liyue as well, but I will say the end scene of Act 2 of the Liyue Orcon quest, I think it is. But it's basically the one where you're all in the Jade Chamber, pew pew pew, big golden light and stuff. That OST, phenomenal, fantastic. It matches everything happening in the cutscene so well, and then you even have things like the Chasm music, which I swear to God to this day has a hint of one of the Honkai Impact 3rd songs in it, the "So Stay Alive Bravely." Basically that. Bob, roll the fucking clip. And that's one of my favorite OSTs in Genshin. It just is. It's phenomenal. Also, a lot of my favorite characters were in that quest, so a little bit of bias is there, but it's fine. Bias is gonna happen in this kind of thing. But overall, Liyue is very, very good, but I gotta keep it a buck with you guys. It holds not even a candle to Inazuma music for me. Inazuma's OSTs are fantastic. It has some of my favorite character OSTs in the entire game, Hazel being one. Hazel's OST for me hits so different. Honestly, I find it kind of hard to explain, but I absolutely love it. Raiden Shogun's OST is a certified classic, an absolute banger. Kuki Shinobu's OST is so different to a lot of the other characters, even Inazuman characters, that I love it so much. I'm just going off on tangents about OSTs that I love again, but you know what? Fuck it. That's what this video is at this point. A lot of people felt like the Inazuma story at the very least was quite rushed, and I do kind of agree with that. But one thing that wasn't rushed was the cutscene OSTs, dude. The cutscene OSTs in this region were fantastic. The final fight with Raiden Shogun, phenomenal. The Senora fight, dude. Oh, there's just so much good stuff. That also reminds me of the Senora theme in Mondstadt as well, which was fantastic, by the way. But anyway, we're gonna get too caught up if we keep talking about Mondstadt and other regions, so let's just quickly go over the others. Great event OSTs as well, by the way. The Iridori Festival and Ito Rapping. We're not gonna talk about the Hu Tao rap. That's a little bit, well, that's Liyue, and we've already passed Liyue. But that might dock a point, to be honest. We'll see. We'll see. This dumb fucking stupid little idiot forgot to include the Enkonomiya music, which, by the way, is some of the best in the entire game, in my opinion. Also, the battle OST for Enkonomiya is absolutely goated, and the Chasm music's pretty top tier too in Liyue, but the Enkonomiya music's up there. And how can I forget one of the best OSTs in the whole game? The Rue theme, dude. This thing makes me almost tear up every time I hear it. The lore in Inazuma's phenomenal, and the music really accompanies that so well. You just can't go wrong. It's just a straight up hit every single time. Then we move on to something a bit different. I'll keep it real with y'all. I had pretty low expectations for Sumeru, in terms of music at least. I heard a lot of people saying that they wanted to go a more like a Middle Eastern style, like Egyptian music and stuff like that as well. Tons of different cultural influences, and I just didn't know if they'd be able to manage it. But they fucking nailed it. Sumeru music is my favorite overall in the entire game, because it changes the ambience of what you're doing no matter where you are. Bro, one of the best OSTs in Genshin Impact is literally a theme song while you're walking around a damn port. It's a bop, everybody loves it. I went to go see the Genshin concert live in Dusseldorf last year. They played it live, everybody lost their damn minds. People lost their minds over the Port Almost theme more than they did the Zhongli theme. And the character OSTs are phenomenal as well for Sumeru. Nilou's theme is beautiful. It's so calm and nice, kind of like Kokomi's in Inazuma, but more dreamy, which makes sense for the theme of Sumeru, to be fair. Nahida's theme is just fun, it's out there, it just gives you the feeling of joy and like you shouldn't have a care in the world about anything, you know? And then you've got some more intense themes like Sino's theme, a Furious theme for a furry little shit, and Alhaitham's theme, which is an absolute bop. Dude, Alhaitham's theme gives me this just absolutely insane vibe. But, important here, Farazan's theme. My overall favorite OST in the entirety of Genshin Impact is the Farazan theme. For characters, at least. Farazan's theme makes me want to get up and do a fucking backflip, and I can't do backflip, so I will not be doing that. But dude, it's such a good OST. People who made the OSTs for this game know exactly what they're doing. They get the right cultural influences for the OSTs. They smash it. And the boss OSTs, dude, the Scaramouche fight is like... it's next level. It's one of the best boss OSTs in the game. The boss itself kind of sucks in my opinion because you don't even have to damage it pretty much. But the OST, fire, kills it. Amazing. Incredible. And now Fontaine. Fontaine is a region that we have pretty recently arrived. I say pretty recently, it's been a year at this point, but we're not in Natlan yet, so still pretty damn recent in my opinion. I think Fontaine music is second best in the whole game. I think Sumeru gets my #1 spot. Fontaine music is incredibly good. Again, I'll start off with character OSTs because all that I think about is Nouvelette's OST. It's a banger. It's so good. There's also more intense characters, I guess, like a father, Arlecchino, whose OST is amazing, and I feel a little bit unfair including this because not every region has something like this, but the animated short that we got for Arlecchino, dude, that music, next level good. Vocals in music is something that I am a massive sucker for. I love vocals in music, so if we get more of that, I'm going to be very happy. You have a lot of really cute OSTs. Siegeween is a brand new character in Genshin Impact, and her OST is really cute. But the most important thing for me about Fontaine OSTs is the places. I vividly remember entering Fontaine and thinking, oh, this is quite a nice little vibe of music. I quite like it. You know, walking down the streets of Fontaine, just thinking to myself, this is nice. I could vibe here for a little bit. It's pretty good. And then whoop. Then you're in the fucking sewers and the OSTs change up and it's incredible. Totally different vibe. Makes you feel like you're not supposed to be there, or that at least that you don't belong there. You're like sneaking around the sewers looking for what the fuck is gonna happen. I remember very well the first time I ever dived underwater in Fontaine and it just went silent. And I was like, you know what? I kind of like the silence. Then the music kicked in, and I didn't like the silence anymore. Dude, the underwater music in this game is so good. Not only did they kill the underwater exploration, they killed the OSTs too. Dude, I love the underwater music in Fontaine. I think they absolutely smashed it. If it wasn't for me loving certain character OSTs in Sumeru, I think Fontaine would be the top of my list. So overall, I think I would go Sumeru at the top, Fontaine, Inazuma, Mondstadt for nostalgia purposes, and then Liyue, which is crazy because Liyue music is still 10 out of 10 amazing, but it's just the nostalgia of Mondstadt, dude. I don't know what it does to me, but it does something. Anyway, Destiny's calling me. The big fucking glowing doors are here. I gotta log out for the day, so please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.